Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade. I've got Selina Kyle, a.k.a. Catwoman from Fox's Gotham joining me. It's Camren Bicondova. Congratulations on its stellar role, season 3. They're back and we're talking all about it. Get ready for a great day behind the velvet rope. Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade. I've got Selina Kyle, a.k.a. Catwoman, joining me. Cameron, congratulations. Your life must suck. I mean, you're on one of the hottest shows on the planet.
Yeah,
you're
it's
17.
really awful.
Awful, right?
It's just an awful life. I hate it.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Season 3,
Thank you.
Gotham. You play an iconic character. Tell me all about it. It's going to be so cool.
It is really cool. It's a great opportunity for me because, you know, I started off as a dancer. I mean, I still am a dancer, but with this role, I get to use both my dance experience and my acting experience, and she's a really badass character. I absolutely love her, so I'm grateful for my life, actually.
It's mind-blowing because you get to, at 17 years old, follow in the footsteps of people like Anne Hathaway, Halle Berry, Michelle Pfeiffer, who you look just like, by the way.
Thank
I wonder
you.
if they were like, when you came in for casting, like, Michelle Pfeiffer look-alike. We got to get her.
I mean, I don't know. I've been asked that a lot, and I hope that it wasn't just based off of my looks. I hope that it was my talent that got me the role.
I'm sure
but
it was.
I don't know what they were going for, but yeah, I actually got to meet Julie Newmar and Lee Merriweather, and Julie Newmar was the first, Lee Merriweather was the second. And it's crazy because there have only been 7 women who have played Catwoman, and I'm the 7th, and I'm only 17. So not only am I the 7th, which is insane, I'm the 7th, but I'm also the first to play Selina Kyle like this. So I'm basically part of history, almost, Catwoman's history, and it's insane to me.
The fan reaction to this show is insane. We were actually, my producers were putting stuff out that you were going to be in here, and the fans were just going nuts. How's it been for you? Like, you're on social media, like, has it been crazy to see how much fans love your character in the show?
Yeah, it is crazy for me because going into it, I didn't realize how big the Batman, I knew how big the Batman franchise was, but I didn't realize exactly how big it was. And I just, it was completely overwhelming, and in a great way, obviously, but the fans have been so supportive of me and the show in general, and it's really cool. I mean, my life other than that hasn't really changed, though.
It has to have. Like, you've got to be the cool kid in school. Like,
well, I mean, I go to online school, boring. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm the cool kid in my online school. I still work out. I just started senior year, so I'm still trying to finish school. The only difference is I get noticed every now and then when I'm walking on the street, but other than that, my life really hasn't changed.
It's funny because when you look at dancers, there used to be a clear divide between people who are dancers and people who are actors or actresses.
Yes.
Now it seems like having a talent like dancing, there's that cohesiveness.
Yeah, that's actually only happened recently. I think in the past 3 years, society and the industry has just started to realize that dancers aren't just people who move their bodies and dance behind music artists or anything like that. They're actually artists themselves, and it takes a lot of work to be a dancer. So it's really cool, and a role like Selina is really unique in the way that you don't, as a dancer, you don't get, or not necessarily dancer turned actor, but like you don't really get these really great roles as a female as well to play not only a badass character, but a character that, you know, has some depth to her. I don't know where I'm going with this, but
No, it's a great answer so far.
if I wasn't a dancer, I wouldn't have gotten this role.
It really played that much into you getting this, you think?
Definitely. For the final audition, I choreographed a set of cat movements as a plus, in addition to my script, my scene. So it was very much a big part of her, and I depend on my body language for her as well, because she's not a very vocal person. You know?
She's kind of just chill. She's kind of like
chill.
Prozacking, and
Yeah,
like she's like
she dominates a room without even having to say anything, you know. So without body language, without like, you know, stuff like that, I wouldn't be able to do that.
What are cat movements, by the way? Give me like a feel of what cat movements are. Is it like, what is it?
Well, like, okay, from my perspective as a dancer, you know, when I think of a cat, I think sensuality, I think fluidity, and I think agility.
I think litter box.
Litter box, exactly. So, if I wasn't a dancer, I
Did you hear my producers laugh?
I did.
Guys, we could hear the producers laugh in the control room. We both just lost focus on that one.
Yeah. But you know, if I wasn't a dancer, I wouldn't have thought of those things. And so, with those three things, I thought, okay, jazz for sure, which is affiliated to Fosse, which is very fluid, very classic jazz. And I thought of ballet. So I got to mesh those dance things together and just do my thing.
When you look at the history of this franchise, does it boggle your mind to be part of the overall franchise? Like, what goes through your head when you say, oh my God, I'm part of the Batman Bruce Wayne universe right now?
It is pretty mind-boggling. I think because the universe is so huge, the franchise is so huge, to even be part of it is a huge deal. But I think the part that gets me the most is being part of the Catwoman, that small group, because it's not only a small group, they're A-list actors. And like I said earlier, I'm only 17. Like, I'm not even a legal adult yet. I haven't even graduated high school. This is insane.
Meanwhile, I'm making jokes about drinking this weekend, and I caught myself, I'm like, oh my God, she is 4 years away from being able to do that. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's crazy. And yeah, I'm speechless.
When you look at this show heading into season 3, we were left on the eruption of what's happening in Gotham right now. Where are we going to see both the city as well as Catwoman go in season 3?
Season 3, the city, when we start season 3, it's 6 months after the monsters were released. So the city has gone mad, and that's
Mad City.
Mad City, exactly. And where Selina stands, she is part of Fish's entourage again, and she's just trying to survive. She's chilling, trying not to get killed by some creepy monsters.
All right, so what happens with Selina and young Bruce moving forward?
At the start of the season, they're in a bit of a rough patch because Bruce kind of blew off Selina again in a certain way, and Selina's just like, she's over it. She's tired of basically being used and kind of tossed around. So it starts off pretty rough, but eventually throughout the season, it's gonna evolve in a more teenage relationship. They're not preteens anymore, you know. She's a young woman, he's becoming a young man, like, you know, normal life stuff.
How does this show look so good? Like, what blows my mind is you watch this thing, and listen, there's some great looking TV shows out there.
Right.
This thing looks better than great looking. It looks movie quality.
Right.
How do they make it look so good?
Our team is so good. Our writers, our producers, our visual effects people, like every single person in every single department is so good at his or her job and everybody pretty much works really well together. It's just like a miracle team, you know? We're just a talented group of people, I guess.
When you look at Gotham and you're on set, do you forget that like you're in real life? Like, is it like what we see on TV? Is it like that being there?
No, I mean the atmosphere on set is totally different than what it looks like. Like unless it's been a rough day, but the cast and crew, we all get along. We're all a bunch of goofballs, and it's just really fun, happy atmosphere versus when you see it on television, it's like really grim and very dark. And the atmosphere itself on set is a total opposite. But when I'm in the scene, I'm in the scene. I'm not worried about anything else.
Why do you think fans love this show so much? What is it about Gotham that the fans have just grown to love it the way they do?
As a fanboy, as a comic book fan, as a Batman franchise fan, it's interesting learning the origin stories of these characters that everybody has known the version of 20 years in the future. And I think it's fun for them to see these little nuances and Easter eggs, and just see that we're a show that stays true to the mythology of Batman. We just have a little leeway because we are an origin story. But for the people who aren't really into Batman, or they're just like, comic books are weird, like you said, it's like a movie. It's like a 45-minute movie every Friday at 8 p.m. So I think fans love it because it kind of branches out to everybody, and we also show the humanity in the heroes and the villains, and so each character is relatable in their own way.
When you deviate, comic book fans are insane. When you deviate from the story a little bit, is there pushback? Like, are people like, no, that's not where Selina should have gone. No, that's not where Gordon should have gone.
I mean, obviously there are the people who don't agree with certain things, but I think more people have been welcoming because we get to dive into new ways and possibilities and theories of these characters that everybody knows the future of. So obviously there are those people who aren't really receptive to what we're doing, but more people love it, which I think is cool.
Well, congratulations. You're awesome on the show. The show is awesome. I hope this thing goes on for a long time because fans love it. And as a comic book fan myself, I've really taken to the show, so I think it's great. And you really are awesome. That's a hard role and hard shoes to fill, and you're doing a great job, so congrats.
Thank you.